While I was editing the last video of my first tutorial on how to make VRChat avatars, I quickly glossed over standard light, which I shouldn't have done because standard light is pretty much one of the most useful materials that you could use for Quest avatars. So I'm going to say here, and not only I'm going to go over what I already discussed, but I'm also going to discuss a couple new things that you'll be able to do, like how you're able to do with Poyomi. Standard light. So there are two different types of standards. There is standard just by itself, and there's standard light, which is Quest compatible. The Q from this point forward will mean Quest. So what is one of the things we can do with standard light? We can make metals possible for the Quest. Metals is one of the more important stuff when it comes to making avatars, specifically for PC. So for PC, you have a lot more ability to make more detailed stuff than you're able to do on Quest. The problem with Quest is that it's really limiting on what you can do because VRChat has not allowed a lot of things where you could actually do much with the Quest. So a couple years ago, I believe it was either last year or 2023, they had reworked standard light to make it to where you could actually work with metals. So it's a lot more realistic, you can make it look shiny, and it's basically perfect. So let's say you have glasses or you have earrings or a necklace or whatever, and you want to give the look that it's metal. You just use standard light, you turn up the smoothness, and you turn off the metal. That's basically all you have to do. Another thing that's also useful is emissions. One of the things that makes a very nice PC avatar is emissions. I don't have that for any of my personal avatars just because I don't really see the need to have it on my avatar, but it puts the avatar a lot more put together and it's also a lot more nice to use. One of the other things that PC avatars are able to do is audio link, where if the world has music or a video playing or whatever, the world will emulate audio link, which is basically, the volume of the music and all of that. Not only it can work for worlds, but it could also work for avatars. Sadly, this is not compatible for Quest avatars. However, emissions are. So, what does that mean for Quest avatars? You're able to make certain parts of your avatar glow. However, if you just enable this, the entire avatar is going to glow in the dark. If you don't want it to do that, here's what you'll have to do. In order for it to work, you have to work with masks. Now, that's one of the greatest things about standard light, is that you could basically kind of layer it. Kind of, not literally. Let's make that clear. Poyomi on PC avatars, you can do that. Quest, you can't not. However, with the power of masks, you are basically able to block out what you don't want to show for things like emission or metals. This is very useful because of the fact that PC avatars also heavily use masks. Masks are basically a way to block out or show important stuff that the person wants the avatar to see. For example, emissions. Emissions is just one of those things where you basically have to make masks for it. No matter what. If you don't want the entirety of your avatar to glow, like let's say you just want the eyes or the tips of the hair to glow, you would make a mask specifically just for the parts to glow. This is what emissions are for. Emissions are there to make the stuff glow. The masks are there to basically block out what is needed to be blocked out. So, how do you make a mask? A mask is a black and white texture, literally black and white. So in order for it to work, you can only use black and white. You cannot mix any other colors. You cannot do any of that type of stuff. The white is there to allow the mask to go see-through. However, the black is there to block out what doesn't need to go see-through. That is how masks work. One of the things that I also glossed over is color picking. Color picking is something that honestly, I don't even think it's utilized that much. So, standard light, as I know it, is the only material that allows color picking. So, for those of you who don't know what color picking is, it's basically what the name implies. You just use the eyedropper tool to hover around the entire any application you want in Unity and pick a color that you want specifically, and it'll transfer that color to its safe spot. So it'll apply the color to the material. That's basically what it does. With other stuff that I went into, like matte caps, multiply, particles, stuff like that, they don't allow color picking. Standard Lite does. So what is this useful for? This is useful for basically optimizing how much materials you use. So let's say you have metals and you don't want to use a bunch of metals for the entirety of your avatar. You don't want to make multiple material slots for just metals. You could just make one material slot just for metals, color pick the color that you used for the PCN, and then you can pretty much just apply it on all of your metals that you have on your avatar. And don't worry, you don't need to color pick. You can still use textures just to get the job done. However, I would highly recommend color picking when necessary. There's also one other thing that I want to talk about before we end today's lesson. I want to quickly go over why you do not want to use Toonlit. Since I did not explain that in my last video, here's what I'll explain. Toonlit is flat. What do I mean by that? Toonlit is basically meant for a very cartoony look where there is no definition, it's just flat colors, all of that. This is basically useful for something like a PNG avatar. Let's use the example, a couple of South Park avatars that I have seen. Those are really nice. They don't use anything specifically. All of it is just flat. I don't think it's exactly Toonlit, but it does give off the same effect because it's meant to just be no definition whatsoever. Let me provide an example of what I mean by flat. Let's use the concept of a circle. So the circle is just there. It's flat. There's nothing. However, let's use this other circle. We can give it definition from it being a circle to a sphere by using shadows. It went instantly from flat to 3D. So when I say Toonlit is flat, this is what I mean. It has no shading whatsoever. So for Standard Lite, it gives definition to the 3D object. Toonlit does not. The same could also be said for matte caps if you apply the custom shader that I recommended in my last video. However, it's not going to have the same effect as Standard Lite does. That's the main thing to keep in mind about this stuff, is that different materials and different shaders work for different things. So Toonlit is useful for specific things, but not for everything. Now, I'll actually quickly go over what I mean by the blush problem as well, since I actually glossed over that in my last video when I was going over blush and multiply. What is the blush problem? Let's say you have a texture of a blush and it's a PMG. Just pretend that's an N. So, and it's transparent. The main problem with Quest avatars is that it does not support any type of transparent textures. The problem with PNG textures is that Quest literally does not support PNG. So what does it do when you convert it to Toonlit? It gives a heavily blocky look. Literally no transparency whatsoever. It's just flat. And this is common for so many Quest avatars. I'm not even joking. And this is why I said use multiply, because I don't even think a lot of these people know that you could use the particle system provided by VRChat to just do this. So what does multiply do? In the context of an art program, it basically darkens the color and also makes it transparent, which is why it works. So this is pretty much useful for shading, which is why you'll see the option of it in Poyomi. But it's also useful for things like blush. Now, mind you, this doesn't have to just be in avatars. It could also be in art as well. So let's say that you have blush and it's a nice color of red. You use multiply to be able to make that dark color plus give it transparency. I don't know why VRChat does this, but it basically works with the PNG image. I don't know how it does it. I can't explain the technical stuff about it because I'm not tech savvy. However, let's say the PNG texture has a black background, right, for the quest. The multiply could get around it and just only go over for the blush era. I do think it works kind of the same as what a mask does. Ignores the black, just only takes information on anything that is not black, right? That's what I think it is. There's actually a few more stuff in Standard Light that I will actually not go into because of the fact that I don't know everything about Standard Light. This is something that's still kind of new for me, but not really. However, the stuff that I am sharing with you guys is definitely very useful for anyone that is a questie and wants to see some nicer stuff done for quests. I am serious when I say that people gloss over quest avatars so much that they just quickly do it and then call it a day. When I do believe it is actually possible to at least make it a little bit more nicer than if you're doing just a quick conversion. That's why I respect people that actually put the time and effort to making high quality, good conversion avatars. I think that's very important because there's definitely people that might not have the financial means or might not have the possibility or just don't want to afford a PC just to be able to go into PC only worlds or see PC only avatars, right? Putting them out of the gutter just to focus more on PC stuff, I understand. A lot of people that buy avatars and everything are PC. However, there's still people that exist for quests, and they get glossed over so much that it's kind of hard to find something pretty good for quests. This is a little bit of information that I can give you. Anyways, here's your homework. Test out different shaders for the quest and explore a little bit. That's all I want you guys to do. All right, class is over. Get out. And where is my hairbrush? I actually like this world better than the other one I was in.